All right, welcome to MindBody Chair Yoga. I'll see you on the chair. So, coming to sit forward on the chair, getting comfortable. Stretch out the face, make any little movements, just to, allow us to settle into the body. Maybe taking in a few big breaths. And then closing the eyes or gazing downward. And slowly just allow ourselves to arrive in this moment in the body. Loosening our grip on all the busy things that came before and are coming next. Loosening the grip on worries, knowing that we can come back to these thoughts later. And giving yourself this privilege of being in the present moment with yourself, for yourself. Perhaps setting an intention to really maintain our breath and body mind connection, or to bring kindness and compassion to the practice. Whatever resonates with you in this moment, remembering that every day is a new day. And coming to this day, accepting things as they are. So let's bring our hands up to heart center and we'll initiate our practice together. Inhaling, exhaling, release. Stretch out the face, let's roll out our shoulders. Inhale those shoulders forward. Exhale, roll them back. Just checking out how things are in this moment. Completing this full rotation as best you can. And then we'll let the shoulders be soft. A big breath in. Exhale, let's drop our chin down towards the chest with the intention of stretching out the back of the neck. So doing what you need to do to keep your shoulders soft, to feel a heaviness in the head, just enough that we can create this gradual letting go of the back of the neck, expanding, because we know that tension collects here. So take the head a little to the left and a little to the right, just as we always do. I sometimes get self-conscious, like, oh, I hope my students don't get bored. We always start out the same way. But then I remind myself, yeah, but if we don't do this, when will we do it? This takes a lot of effort and time, and you have to slow down. And sometimes it's just easier when somebody guides you through these really important stretches. Take your head to the center, inhale, lift the chin, exhale, gaze over to one side. So, inhale back to center, exhale over to the other side. And then we'll repeat that. So I keep going, I keep doing what I'm doing because it must be helping, it must be making a difference. Because you guys keep coming back. So that's my that's my evidence that taking this time out, bringing your head back to center, exhale left ear to left shoulder, is nourishing. Right fingertips out to the side or maybe behind your back. Because even myself, like I know that head get heavy. Not necessarily, even when I need it the most, especially going to take that time out unless I do it with you guys. All right, let's exhale, take the nose down to the shoulder. Ear to shoulder and then nose to shoulder, just maybe 2 more times, connecting with breath and movement. And it's cheaper than going out for a massage, right? Massaging the neck and shoulders from the inside out. All right, let's take that nose to the shoulder, big breath in, chin to throat, taking your time. Nose to shoulder, chin to throat. And then we'll release and return the head back, stretch out the face, and just be really gentle, maybe some watery movement. And then we'll go tall again, big breath in, exhaling right ear to right shoulder, softening both shoulders, left fingertips out, or maybe behind you. There's no right or wrong, it's just what feels best in this moment. Big breath in. Let the head get heavy, and then a slow turning of the nose towards the shoulder as you exhale. Really getting curious about these muscles that we're stretching, connecting the skull to the neck, to the top of the shoulder, just moving back and forth. You ever notice the busier you get, self-care gets kind of shifted down the list of priorities? Goes down, 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 down. Exhaling, turning the nose to the shoulder, big breath in, chin to throat, nose to shoulder, chin to throat. So we're going to just do this a few more times. And then we can say like, okay, we've done that. We've taken care of our head and shoulders. We've eliminated headaches before they even arrive. Release the hand, inhale, lift the head. Let's maybe do one side and the other side. Little, like you're swimming backwards, backstroke without the arms. Great. Let's take the arms down, palms up. Inhale, float your arms up to the sky, gazing up. Exhale, push the hands away. Slow exhale. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, pushing away. Maybe gazing down. Last one, inhale. Slow and steady, exhale. Release. Stretch out the face, roll up the shoulders. Great. Okay, let's lift up those heels. Let's start rocking that pelvis. Tucking and lifting. And remembering it's a really important part of the spine, right? Like the lower part of the spine can sometimes easily get a little bit fused. So we want to ensure that we continue to move this part of the body so we can maintain flexibility in the spine, in the hips, pelvis. All right, lower the heels. And we're gonna round the back. Tuck the tail, tuck the chin. Maybe a little movement here coming into this is our Halloween cat shape, right? So maybe a little movement within the shape, giving yourself permission to explore whatever that looks like. And then the hands come down and help lift the heart, lift the tail, open up. Maybe a little bit of movement here, I don't know. Just give yourself permission to feel like what feels good. Exhale, rounding. And inhale. Lifting. Exhaling. and lifting, breathing in, breathing out. All right, last one here. Coming back to a nice tall spine, just already noticing, do you feel more open, more released here through the torso? Okay, left hand to the chair, inhale, reach that right arm up, and exhale. Let's do a nice big sway, inhale. And exhale, so root that right hip down, so we feel the sit bone connected to the chair. So we get a great big stretch in the side body, make that one nice, big one, and then windmill the arms up, exhale over, so start small. Each time we come over, maybe sinking a little bit deeper. Let's give ourselves two more sways, one more sway now. So this one could be our last, nice, biggest one. Great, big breath in, float the arms up. Exhale, turning at the waist, turn to the left, bring your hands down. Inhale, grow tall, exhale, gazing behind you as best you can. Growing tall, feeling that space between the vertebrae, exhale, gazing behind. One more time. When you're ready, inhaling, arms come up. Nice slow movement over to the other side. Dropping the hands, but rising up through the crown of the head, inhaling, exhaling. Over to the other side. Inhaling, maybe easing up. And exhale, sinking a little bit further. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhaling. And exhale. Let's inhale, float those arms up to the sky. Exhale, reach back. Feel that stretch in the front of the arms, shoulders. Stretch at the face and roll up the shoulders. Good. Okay, we're going to take our thighs so that they're parallel. We'll come into our little salute twist. So take the right hand onto the left knee or thigh, and then opposite arm comes up. Take a big breath in. Draw the navel back as we come into a rounded shape in the spine, bringing the elbow towards the knee. It doesn't have to touch, just moving in that direction, recoiling back. If you were spring, and exhale, coming around. And repeating that, inhaling up and back, exhaling over. So just getting curious about your range of motion. How can you explore a little micro movement? Where are you noticing tension? Where are you noticing challenge? Seeing if you can bring your breath to any points that require release. Let's make this the last one. Inhale up. And we'll switch sides. Big breath in. Navel draws back. Gentle twist, elbow towards knee. Inhale, reversing that twist. Exhale, rounding. Engage the core. Inhaling up. Slow, steady inhales. Slow, steady exhales. And again, just noticing range of motion. Can you explore just, just a little bit of expanding that range of motion? This next inhale will rise up and then we'll pause and release. Good. Let's lift the left knee in towards the chest and just notice the upper body. So here I'm rounding the back. And now lifting the heart, gently squeeze the shoulder blades together so we have a really tall spine. We'll squeeze and spread the toes and the face. You know the drill. Circle the ankles one way. And then circle the other way. Point and flex. Good, we're gonna flex gently. Bringing that ankle up over the knee, support your opposite knee with your hand if you need to, otherwise just don't put weight on it. See if you can just kind of soften through the hip and let your knee drop a little bit, providing that feels okay to the knee. We'll grow tall on an inhale. And exhale, lead with the heart, come forward. If your knee is troubling you in any way, I'll just remind you that you can cross the ankle, you can hold onto the chair and come forward. So modifying as you need to. So when you meet resistance, that when we stop, we breathe into that resistance, maybe ease up a little. And then the slow exhale, we come forward and we just see like, what can we kind of wring out? What can we release? Where can we create space? So if we need to make little movements, exploring that, staying really connected to breath and body, conscious of the sensations that you're noticing in the body, responding to those sensations. Nice and easy, rise up a little bit. We're going to take that right elbow to the ankle and just gently taking your hand to the knee without adding weight. We're going to get long in the spine, grow, and then inhale. And then exhale, just turning your heart towards the left side, maybe even taking your left hand behind, grabbing onto the back of the chair. And just exploring this little twist. So I kind of like even leaning back into this twist, just seeing what's possible. And then inhaling, coming back to neutral. Have that knee and lean back and release. Roll it out. Let's turn the wrists a few times. Open and close the hands, squeeze and spread the toes. Shake it out. Opposite side, hug the knee in, squeeze and spread the toes. Let's stretch out the face again. Circle the ankle one way. And circle it the other way. Keep the heart lifted, shoulder blades drawn in towards each other, point and flex. And then we are going to flex that foot, bring it over the knee, inhale, grow tall. And then again, let this knee just gently soften a bit before we come into the forward fold. See if you can soften through the hip. And then big breath in. Exhale, lead with the heart. So trying not to round the back in any way. And you might notice one side is very different than the other. And just notice if your mind goes into judgment, like one side is so-called better than the other side. Or more likely you're thinking one side is worse than the other side, right? So just noticing that internal judgment and seeing if you can kind of let that go. Keep breathing in and out, rising up, easing off, exhale, exploring the stretch. And then seeing if you can flip the script, right? It's like, well, maybe, and we've talked about this a lot, it's like, well, maybe I need to offer this side that is challenging more care, more attention. Inhaling up, coming into the twist, so bringing your elbow down towards the ankle, and then drawing your hand to the knee. Inhale, turning and gazing to the right side, and maybe that's plenty of stretch. But you could always take your hand back, grab onto the back of the chair, maybe lean back, just explore where or how this bringing our body into this funny shape might make sense. You know, this is where we discover it's like, oh wow, like over here on this upper part of my hip, I'm holding so much tension. Breathing into it, releasing, finding ways to let it go. Inhaling, we'll come back to neutral, lean back, hug the knee in. Bring the foot down. Good. We'll come to standing. Bring your hands to the heart. So we'll do our prayer balance. So feet in mountain, inhaling our arms up. Exhaling, just shifting to one side, lifting one knee up, inhaling. Exhale. Sometimes moving slower is more challenging, and then out to the side, then moving faster. So you find whatever the tempo that is resonating with you, feels best. Just shifting the weight from side to side. One more out to the side. And exhale, release. Great. From your arms at the side, we're just going to come into a chair pose here. Inhale. And exhale, come to stand. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, come to stand. We'll just do that a few times. Great. All right. Coming to our sun salutation. Taking your hands to the back of the chair or to the seat of your chair. We'll walk the feet back, reach forward, stretch out the face, soften through the shoulders, sway from side to side at the shoulders. Getting really curious as to where you can notice and support, stretching out the scapula, shoulder blades, this upper back. And then we'll shift to lower back by pedaling the heels forward, or sorry, not the heels, the knees forward and back, heels stay firmly planted on the floor, pedaling your pelvis forward and back. How is this supporting your low back right now? So just getting curious. All right, inhaling, we're gonna step forward with the right foot, bend the knee, inhale, float your arms up to the sky. Exhale, taking the hands down and stepping back. Inhale, left foot forward, bend the knee, floating the arms up, lift the navel. Exhale, taking the hands down and stepping back, repeating. Inhaling, right foot forward, press into the back heel. Range of motion in the arms, so checking that out as well. Inhaling, left foot forward, press into the back heel, reaching up. Exhale. Hands come down. Inhaling, right foot forward, left foot comes out to the side a little bit, bend the knee over the ankle and squeeze those legs together. Growing tall. So I want to bring a little bit of core work into this stretch. So we're going to reach forward. So sorry, not going to reach forward. We're going to push forward. Let's inhale first. Feel the belly expand. Exhale, push forward energetically and squeeze the navel back towards the spine. Now, as we inhale and pull, we're going to expand the belly. Exhale, push, navel draws back. So it's this Buddha belly, engaged belly. Inhale, Buddha belly, engaged belly. As we move the arms and we imagine we're pulling, and then imagine we're pushing. Pull, expand, push, contract. Pull, expand, push, contract. One more time. Bring the hands down and turn that back foot forward. Step back into a forward fold. Inhaling, left foot forward, right foot comes out to the side, bend the knee over the ankle, press into that back heel. And we're going to repeat the same thing. So let's push and draw the navel in, pull and belly expands. Exhale, Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Take the hands down, turn that back foot forward. We're going to step back and for a forward fold once again. Make any little movements here that's going to feel nice and supportive. Good. Walking to the back of the chair, and maybe you need to turn the chair so that the back of the chair is facing you. Arms distance away from the chair. We're going to rise up, hold, sink down, hold, lower the heels, hold, and then rise up, starting again. We won't hold each one. We'll connect movement with breath for these next few ones. Really getting curious about the role of the abdomen as we move through here, like really drawing the navel back. Change direction and we'll sink down, hold, lift the heels, hold, rise up, hold, lower down, hold. Connect now with your own rhythm, as fast as you want to go or as slow as you want to go. Last one. And release. Good. Turn to face forward. Having the chair on your left side. So we're going to start just with, again, a little bit more core work that's standing. We're going to take the right fingertips up to your temple here. Bring all of your weight into the right hand. You can slightly bend the left knee. And we're going to take a big breath in. And then exhale, turning elbow towards knee. Inhale, slight recoil. Exhale, rounding the back, navel drawn to the spine, elbow to knee. Now, if you want to explore balance with this, you could take your hand to your waist. It's a lot more challenging, okay? But I just want to offer it up in case anybody wants to give it a go. You could always return the hand to the chair. You can even just hover the hand. Now, this knee to elbow, we're going to hold here. Breathe in, breathe out, really draw that navel back towards the spine. And exhale, release. Good. We'll switch over to the other side. Taking a sip of water whenever you need to. So bringing our hand up to salute, we're going to be bringing all of our weight into the same leg, so the left leg. Take a big breath in. Exhale around. A twist, drawing the navel towards the spine. Inhale, reach that leg back and recoil. Exhale. Inhale. And then if you wanted to add that challenge, hand to waist, go for it. Keep going. This last one, we're going to hold. And release. Good. Moving that chair back over. I'm actually going to take a sip of water. So just taking a sip if you need to. And then arms distance. So I'll just demonstrate what we're gonna do next is we're gonna reach our leg out to the side with a pointed toe. So you can see how I'm kind of sinking into my hip here. I'm going to engage so that my hip is in line with my knee and my ankle. So I'm gonna go inhale, exhale, kick it up, exhale, kick it up. Bring your feet to this little bit of a wider stance. Sit back into a squat, rise up, point the toe. Exhale, exhale, return. At your own pace. Last one. And release. Switch sides. Getting yourself ready. Lining up the hip so we're not leaning that hip over. Inhale, lift the navel. Exhale. Exhale, put the feet down. Coming into a nice big squat. Last one. Great. And back. Okay, so we've really been warming up standing leg, hips. So preparing to do a standing pigeon. Okay. So inside leg is the standing leg. We're going to bring our knee up. We're just going to circle it first in one direction. Stretch out the face. And then circle it in the other direction. Good. Now lift it up. Kind of externally rotate the leg. Standing leg, start to bend it a little bit and just take the ankle over the knee. So you decide. Keep this foot gently flexed. Okay. You decide how much you want to squat back into basically it's like a squat or a chair pose stance. The more that you kind of squat down, the deeper the stretch. You can take one hand to your heart. And then here we can have a little bit of fun with balance. So this foot is still actively flexing and we can just kind of hover, maybe one finger, maybe hands to the heart, whatever. Yeah, I like that too. If you want to bring both arms out, just finding a way to find that stability, maybe sinking back a little more. And then inhale, we're going to rise up. Just be nice and easy with that knee, that leg, and just kind of shake it out. Good. Now we're going to cross that outer leg. Squeeze the thighs, inhale, reach up, and exhale, lean into that hip. So let's do another big sway. Come back. Exhale. So let's do about 4 or 5 of these to explore a range of motion. With each one, just a gradual opening up of that side body, that outer hip. We just stretched that out really well. So, okay. Inhale up, exhale, release. Good. Opposite side. So coming to a nice tall standing leg, we're going to lift the knee and circle. So just be mindful that we're not in this shape, right? We want to make sure the hip is lined up over the knee, over the ankle. Change direction. release, good. Take the knee up, kind of externally rotate in the leg joint, taking that flexed foot over the knee. Start to bend the knee as much as you feel comfortable, keeping this foot gently flexed. If you need to take your hand to help the ankle up, that's fine. You might notice one side feels different than the other, and again, just making note if there's any critical thinking there. When you're ready, one hand can come to the heart. Let's like kind of grip the mat with your toes a little bit and explore balance, however, in whatever way it makes sense to you. I'm just being really gentle with yourself. How can we make this work? Maybe sink deeper, maybe rise up. Okay, take your hands, rise up. Slowly release and exhale. Take that out. Okay, outer leg crosses over inner leg, squeeze the thighs, inhale, reach up, and again, 4 or 5 of these big kind of flows. So notice the first one. Use the exhale to allow for release. And when we release, we can expand a little bit. We can go a little deeper. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Great. Okay. So let's just come to our chair. Maybe do a little slow motion wag of the tail here in our table shape. Check out with how our hips are feeling. We just did a really big hip opener, right? With that standing pigeon. So this is just a little movement. Good. Let's just roll the shoulders a little bit. Then we'll come to a nice table shape. Draw the navel up. Let's just do a little scapula push up here. Just change our attention to the upper body and shoulders. Stretch out the face. And with the hands on your chair, the seat of the chair, just walk back little bit by little bit, coming into a great big stretch through the shoulders. Soften the knees slightly. Reach the fingers forward. Maybe a little sway from side to side. Just take a big breath in. Exhale, take your left hand and just reach it to your right foot or the opposite side of the right foot. Gaze underneath the armpit, then return. Exhale, other side. So just a little twist in the upper body. We'll do it again each side. Inhale. Exhale. First side. Inhale up. Exhale, reach back. Nice big bend in the knees. Inhale. All right, let's walk the feet back. Come to standing. Good. And we'll come down onto the floor. Okay, I'm going to change my direction today. Bring your feet to the top of the mat. Reach those arms forward, scrolling down or simply coming onto your side and then rolling onto your back. Hug the knees. Stretch out the face, squeeze and spread the toes. Circle the ankles one way. Circle them the other way. Point and flex. So we've done pigeons seated, standing. So I'd like to do it one more time, lying down. So we'll bring the feet down and let's take the left ankle over the right knee and just kind of explore how that feels. In, gravity is different in the body lying down. So taking the knee slightly away from the face, like softening through the hip. And gently pressing the low back down will lift your right foot and the shin is coming towards you, grabbing onto the pant leg, grabbing on behind the knee, grabbing on in front of the knee, whatever works for you. And just gently squeezing and releasing. Squeezing the leg in on the inhale and exhale, releasing. Or vice versa, whatever makes sense. Giving ourselves a nice final, really nice final stretch in the left hip. Nice and easy release. Take the arms at your sides, keeping the foot on the knee, ankle on the knee, big breath in. Very gently, slowly drop the legs over to the right side as much and as best you can. Just seeing what's possible, making any little modifications as you need to. So if you need to like untuck the ankle from the knee and release it, that's fine. Just bringing the legs over to this side, keeping the shoulders lined up, breathing in and out. Nice and easy. We're going to bring the legs back up. And then kind of shifting, you can kind of lift the hips, shift it over a little bit to the right, and then let the legs drop over to the left. Finding whatever position makes sense for the right foot. Also, if having your knee, the foot crossed over the knees, if that is too deep, release the foot and just bring your knees over to the side. This is really just, guiding the legs over to this direction, whatever shape you choose is up to you. Just finding something to provide you with a little bit of release, a little bit of opening through this right hip, maybe the low back, maybe the quad. Breathing in and out of the rib cage. Again, just figuring out what works for you. Then we'll release that foot off the knee if it isn't already. Bring your legs back to center, realign the spine. This is important. Hug the knees in. Gently tuck the chin and return the feet down. So we'll repeat that on the opposite side. So right ankle over left knee. Just let that knee draw away from the face. Start to press the low back down into the floor. Lift your left foot up. Right shin comes in towards the body, grabbing onto the outside of the leg, under the knee, in front of the knee. There's no right or wrong. It's just about what makes sense for your body today. Where you are today in this journey, keeping our body well. And we hug in and we release. We hug in and we release. Exhale. Inhale. And one more. And we'll drop that foot down, arms out to the side. Any amount, drawing your knees to the left. Exploring the body in this shape. Making any modification as you need to listen to the body. Breathing in, breathing out. When you're ready, inhaling the legs back up. And exhaling, legs over to the opposite side. Maybe taking a big breath in. And exhaling. Opening up through this left hip now. Yawning, sighing as you need to. Releasing the foot off the knee if it's too deep. Really listening to the body, avoiding injury. And then we'll release that foot off the knee. Bring your knees back up to center. Again. One final time, really giving yourself a nice big squeeze, as best you can. And then we'll lift the legs up and the arms up. Open and close the hands, squeeze and spread the toes. Stretch out the face. Circle the ankles, circle the wrists one way. Change direction. Make a little fist with your hands. And we're going to point and flex the toes and nod the wrists. Press that navel down, press the low back down. And then maybe a little shaking. Shake it out. And then we'll just find a little bit of stillness, just maintaining the elevated arms, elevated legs. This just takes a little bit of work out of the heart, so the heart doesn't have to work so hard, pumping the blood up and down the whole length of the body. So right now gravity is supporting. So just breathing in and out. And then nice and easy, we can release the legs down, bring the feet as wide as the mat, arms out to the side. And then just a gentle side to side. Windshield wipers. Paying attention to the outer hips. Just moving slowly. And then final stretch. Let's do a happy baby. And then Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined cobbler's pose, or maybe going between those two shapes. Happy baby, feet towards each other, knees out, happy baby. Feet towards each other, knees out, and repeating that. And we'll bring the feet down. Yawning, sighing. Tuck the shoulders under, find the position that feels most comfortable for the legs, the low back. Breathing in and out. And I'm gonna leave it up to you to decide if repeating a mantra or visualizing yourself on a raft in water, or perhaps visualizing waves coming up and back down the body. So finding your way to stay connected with the body as we rest. Perhaps just observing the breath expand and contract the lungs, the ribs, the body. And we'll just check in that the jaw is soft, face is soft. Shoulder blades are nicely tucked under so that the shoulders, upper back is flat. Arms can just feel heavy. Palms can be turned up, but they can also be turned down, whatever feels best in this moment. Softness in the belly. Just breathing spaciousness into the hips, the pelvis. Allowing the legs to feel heavy. And the feet at ease. Noticing the tendency of the mind. Where are you now? Are you right here, right now with the body, or has the mind kind of taken you somewhere else? Acknowledging that, and there's no judgment. It's pretty normal. Just seeing if it's possible. You can bring your attention back to the body. Breathing in, breathing out. Bringing some movement into the feet, the ankles, slowly and gently. Then bringing movement into the hands, the wrists, edge of the face, Feels good to you, inhaling arms up overhead for gentle full body stretch. Exhale, let go. Bend the knees. Taking your time, roll over to one side. And nice and easy, gently pushing up. And coming into a seated posture. It's being present for those sensations. Noticing the pull to either stay where you are or the pull to kind of get on with it. And you can just notice that. Seeing if you can stay in the here and now is it's kind of our primary purpose. Living in the moment. I'll invite you to bring your hands up to heart center. And taking care of yourself by sending you the message, sending yourself the message you need to hear today, whatever that is. And if you're not quite sure, I can offer you this of bringing gentleness towards yourself, towards your heart. I invite you to seal in this practice as we inhale together. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And we'll see you soon.